Hey, welcome back to the channel, folks. And I've decided that I like my fowls. Is that the proper term for birds? I like my fowls with two heads from this point forward, and that's why I have Transformers Age of Extinction Strafe ×2. Okay, that's not the reason I have them ×2. One is the retail version, one is a version that I've done some custom work on. As we continue on with my custom G1 inspired Age of Extinction Dinobots on the next GotBot True Review. Hey, welcome back to the channel, folks. This is Dennis Bolton, aka GotBot, and as always, I'm going to ask you to check me out on social media. Check out Machinery of Man and check out the Everything Factor. And yeah, okay, so here's what we've done so far. We've looked at Grimlock as the start of my makeshift G1 set of Dinobots. And then we looked at well, actually, in looking at Grimlock, I didn't use the Age of Extinction Grimlock. I could have repainted it, but I didn't use that because I was fortunate enough to have the Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. I added a little bit of color to him and made him a little more G1. He is still my Dinobot leader. Then we looked at Slog, and Slog's fun in robot mode. He's fun in Dino mode. I didn't have to add much to him. A bit of red, bit of gold, and a little bit of black, but his transformation is just a beast, largely because of so much soft rubbery plastic. So let's move on to something a little bit easier. This is Strafe. Here is the retail version of Strafe, and honestly, you know, when we look at our measures of paint apps, is this the way he looked in the movie? It's lighter, it's more colorful. He was not this blue, I don't think, in the movie. I think it was, if he was blue, it was a lot paler. So I understand why they did it, you know, to look attractive on the shelf, but in terms of paint apps, I'll give him a 7. We'll say a 7. And this is the one that I've added custom paint to. Now, I am no professional customizer by any stretch of the imagination, and in fact, what I did, I think really pretty much anybody could do. I added some gold on his talons instead of just having the black talons on his knees. I changed the color of his lower leg to silver and his upper leg to gold, mostly anyway. I didn't worry about getting in the indents. I kind of like the blue in there, to be honest with you, instead of, you know, a black and blue motif. I didn't do anything at all with the wings. The wings are exactly the same on both of them. Largely because I really love the paint scheme on the wings, and I love how the blue gives way to this lighter metallic-y bluish gray. For the head, I liked the look of the head, so I just painted the crest red. The silver that was on the head I painted over gold, and on his actual head, the retail version is completely blue with, again, beautiful eyes, interesting head sculpt. I like the night look, and really all I did to change that was add some silver on the face and make the head actually red. Obviously, some gold added to the chest as well. This, naturally, is a Swoop inspired redeco. And I leave the wings out on this guy. Of course, they go down as that cape on this guy. But, you know, they both look good. They're just a different aesthetic. In terms of the weapons that come with them, you have this crossbow thing. I didn't do anything to that. It's still just, you know, pegs in the hole on his back for storage, which for me that looks fine on the back. And of course we have the two lances, and he could hold them in his hand, no problem. Or of course they can still, you know, pin on his wing and pin on his wing. Let's take a minute now and we will go into transformation. Obviously transformation is the same for both of them. Hopefully, you know, this is a little more Swoop inspired. He's not going to be perfect, obviously, because he has two heads. I still don't know why they did that. Anyway, we'll get into transformation. We'll have a look at both of them in Dino mode. I will take this guy aside for now, and we will look at transformation from the retail version. This is not my retail version. I have mine customized. I got this from one of the scraplets, and honestly, Braden still loves this thing. He still goes around with this thing, and I think it's a great figure. You know, the paint apps for this guy are 7 paint apps for this guy. For me now, they're 10. Posability, playability. Well, the head, you know, the head is, I guess it's not a ball joint, or maybe it's a hinge. It can move left and right. It's kind of tight though. It doesn't really look up very much, a little bit. He does look down all the way into his chest if you want, as odd as that is, but that's because of transformation. The heads on his shoulders move all over the place. The arms can go out. They are, again, the gorilla arms, so they go across the chest. There is a swivel at the bicep. His hands can move kind of forward and backward a bit like this. It's good for when he's wielding the swords, but they can't turn around. So, again, he's going to have this stance if his arm is going to bend up. The wings, they move all over the place, and I think the wingspan is 13 inches if I'm not mistaken, and I could be mistaken on that. The leg goes way back, it goes way forward. Can he do the splits? He does them okay. I mean, he's not like a champ. He does them okay. There is a thigh swivel, and there is, you know, not just a knee, but if you really want to, you can fake a double knee out of it. It looks kind of weird, but you can fake a double knee out of it. With just the one knee, it's, you know, it's a little over 90 degrees anyway. No foot articulation, like I said, no wrist articulation. The tails are soft rubbery plastic. They can move all around the place. If you want to freeze them or heat them, you can probably change them from this sideways orientation, but that's up to you. It doesn't bother me, so I don't really care about it. Okay, so to transform this guy, really simple. Head down, bird heads out to the side, and you bring them up and just straighten the bird heads out. There you go. Arms, you just bring them up. There is a tab here on the wing. There is a hole here on the arm. The arm just tabs into the wing. It's, some people have complained and called that a bit of a lazy transformation, but I call it an easy transformation. If these are intended for kids, you don't want too difficult of a transformation. They just go on like that. And last but not least, for this guy, to put him into dinosaur mode, you need to deal with his legs. Some people make the mistake of actually leaving his legs like this. No, I mean, he's too tall. It's not the way his legs are supposed to be. So what do you do for the legs? Well, you know, you have them like this. You take down the toe talon, and really you just flip the whole leg up on itself and turn it around. You take down the toe talon, you flip the whole leg up on itself, not at the first knee joint, but that second one where the sculpt kind of got broke. Here, see if I can show you. Right here, you'll see that we have a blue piece here below the main knee joint. Straighten out the main knee joint, fold up the blue piece, turn it around, and boom, there you have Strafe, as they called him in the movie, even though I think we all know it's Swoop. There you have Strafe in Dino mode. I love the wingspan. I love the look on the wings. I love the head sculpt and the look of the head sculpt. That's why I retained it with the gold. So what I will do is take a second, and by the way, his transformation's a 10. It's super duper easy. He has such a fantastic transformation. We will take a second. I will be back with the custom Swoop / Strafe in Dino mode, and we will take a final look at both of them before closing things out. And boom, there we go. The custom Strafe / Swoop. You can see the heads have a red crest. I have gold put over the silver on the face. That's really it. I mean, if you look at both of them, you know, top down mode here, the head you see customization on. From the side, if I maybe hold them this way, from the side you see the blue and black of the original, you see the silver and gold, and of course underneath you can still see the robot differences between both of them. Is this a perfect Swoop? No, of course he has two heads. I've really thought about getting the Planet X version, and we'll see what happens with that. But he certainly is G1 inspired, and he certainly does a good job of filling those shoes, at least for now. And for me, I'm not going to call him Strafe, I'm going to call him Swoop. And he fills the need. Just so you can see the group so far, to see how they are coming together. We have our Swoop representation. We have our Sludge representation. And of course we have the leader of the Dinobots, Grimlock. Anyway, that's it for this one. It is in the books. We will move on with the next look at probably Slug. Until next time, folks, thanks for watching, and I will see you inside the videos.